Good morning, folks. Welcome to Greg's Workshop. I'm Greg. For this video, we're going to be doing a review of the Ridgid R4231 compound miter saw. This is one of the three new miter saws that Ridgid just put out. This is fall of 2021. The first two are kind of an axial glide style, kind of like a Bosch zero clearance sliding miter saws, a 10 and a 12 inch. I went down to Home Depot just to check it out before I bought one. Finally found one that had one on display. Checked them out. There's one review video out on it right now, and it shows some play at full extension, and I found the same thing with the display models in both sizes. So I passed on that. Wasn't aware of this one. This one is, I suppose it's technically a slider, but it's more of a compound miter. We'll unbox it and get into it. Let's check it out. Receipt later. All right, so we've got the top. What do we have here? Got our hold down clamp. Vacuum adapter, dust bag, and instruction manual. Oh, she's a beaut. Get out of the box. Right, here it is in all its glory. Comes packed. We're going to do some dimensions first. I think in a lot of YouTube videos, that's one of the things that's sorely missing is dimensions. And all the other saws I was trying to look at, I was trying to figure out deck height, depth, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and measure that up real quick, first thing. So first off, deck height is 3 5/8 inches. Let's see here, stored depth. Everything retracted and put over is about 17.5 inches. Pretty good. Overall height stored around 21.5 inches. Let's go ahead and unfold this. Alright, so it's got your standard set of controls, the miter clamp for changing the angle. This is the detent for all the different detents at the different angles. Got your fence, slides out, need to slide it out for the extreme miter cuts. Motor on top. Let's do a clearance measurement. So from the fence to the very farthest back part of the saw is about 13 3/4 inches, which actually isn't that much worse. I'm replacing, you can see my old Craftsman 10-inch there. That's about the same clearance as I got. So let's talk about kind of how this is an in-between saw. So you can run it fixed and put a lock down. It's just a fixed 12-inch miter. Move the camera a little bit here. So let's talk about let's talk about how this is kind of a hybrid saw. So you can use it fixed. I just put this down, put the lock down, use it straight, fixed, 12-inch miter saw, nothing different. Where this is different is that it has a small slide, which is what allows it to get that zero clearance, or that low clearance. It'll slide out about 2 inches, so it'll do, I believe it's a 2x10 on the straight table, and they have an extended table option where you pull these wings. There's an extra set of stops back here. You put some 1 or 2x material down here, lift up the board, and you can cut a 2x12 at 90. For what I'm going to be doing, that's probably enough. There'll be in a few years I'm going to do some other projects that'll probably require something more, but at that point I'll just buy a bigger one. So it does slide, only 2 inches, but that's enough. So I'm going to get all set up. I need to redo that miter station so that I can get this bad boy mounted there. I'm going to have vacuum hookup for dust control. I need to redo the deck height on that. So I'll be back with another video soon. Have a good day. Hi folks, Greg from Greg's Workshop again. We've got my miter station set up. We've got the miter saw here. It's temporarily held down with some screws until I can get some bolts in place. We're going to do a blade change, get a newer Diablo 80-tooth blade on, go over a few of the features of the saw, and then we'll get to cutting some stuff. One of the things I really like about this saw is that it comes with its own adjustment tool. You don't have to go searching through your toolbox. It has a place to store on the back of the saw, Torx head on one end, hex head on the other, Allen wrench. This is everything you need to make all your adjustments, to change your blade, all that. So let's get to the blade change. So we rotate this up. You can see our nut is right there, our bolt rather. There's a lock on the other side that I'm pushing with my finger, rotating the blade. Hold that up with my thumb, and we'll loosen that blade. There we go. Easy as that. Now we'll get our new blade on. Diablo 80-tooth. Purchased at the same time I bought the saw this morning. A little tough to get it around the dust collector back there, but got her done. Remember, when you're doing these blade changes, this is a reverse threaded bolt. So lefty tighty, righty loosey. That way it doesn't loosen up on you while you're using it. Alright, got a new blade. Alright, let's check out a couple things up close. One kind of cool feature, I think, they did is the way they made this cord end. They made it come out the back of the slide, which isn't, necessarily the best, but they did put it on that hard 90 with a good strong bump there. So you can see I've got it pretty far back. There's about 3/16 of an inch clearance behind it. When I swing the saw and that goes over, it goes down to about 1/8, but it's fine. It doesn't affect anything. This is our tool storage right here. We've got a depth stop adjustment. It comes with an adapter for a 2.5-inch shop vac. I don't have a 2.5 over here. I have 1.5 inches, so I just went ahead and went with that. I took the old rubber elbow off of my old saw. I really like this. It works. It's really easy to take off. I actually have a dedicated 5/16 nut driver there, so I can just loosen that up, pull the hose out, do some vacuuming here real quick without getting out the big vac, plug it back in, tighten it up, and we're good to go. Over on this side, we've got your lock for putting it down. I've got a lock for locking it back if you don't want it to slide. Got your spot down here for your clamp if you want to use it. And let's get to cutting some stuff. Alright, so I've got the scrap piece of 4x4, pressure treated. We're going to make a few cuts through this, see how it does. My old 10-inch wasn't able to actually cut all the way through it. They left just a tiny little bit at the corner that wouldn't cut. So we'll give this a shot. See how the dust collection goes. It's a miter saw, so, you know, but we'll give it a shot. I've got my shop vac here on a switch. That's why it's good to use a clamp. My bad.
Now at this point I need to note that that was my fault. That was not the saw. That was me not holding the 4x4 down tight enough.
Alright, so the dust collection's actually not that bad. Only really big chips left here. Not as many as I would have expected, certainly not as many as I had on my old saw. Cut great, lots of power. A little weird getting used to that 2-inch slide. I'm probably gonna leave it locked back for most of my work, to be honest. I'll just use it as a regular 12-inch miter saw. So next step for me, building some wings here for stock and putting in a T-track for stop and all that good stuff. So I'll take you along when we do that. Have a good morning. Realize that I forgot to talk about the factory, the stock dust collection system. So first off, you've got a 2.5-inch adapter, a little set screw here so you can slide it on, tighten it down so it doesn't come off. You can orient it in whichever way you want to hook up to your 2.5 shop vac. I'll keep that for later. Also, Ridgid dust bag. We all know these are, you know, they're better than nothing, but they're not great. Pretty open weave. I can almost see through it. So not much filtration there. Just going to catch the big stuff and let all the fines go in the air. Also, hold down clamp. It's kind of your standard clamp, although looks like it has maybe what you might call a quick adjust. You can put this in and you can slide that up and down, which is a little bit better than a lot of the other miter saws you see around. Let's talk about the warranty real quick. So Ridgid is famous for having a lifetime service agreement. These are made by Delta rather than their normal company. So 5-year warranty. As of this writing, there are 2 reviews on the Home Depot website. One's a 5-star because he loves the saw. The other's a 1-star because he's mad about the warranty, which is silly, let's be honest. So 5 years I think is pretty good. I'd love the lifetime, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me. Really, for me, it was the size and the clearance. That was my most important factors here. So I'll use it. We'll do an update video here in a month or 2. Show you how I like it. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this review of the miter saw video, the Ridgid R4231, brand new miter saw, fresh on the market. I'll get it tuned up. We'll do a review video after a month or 2 of use and let you know how I like it. Have a good day.